You're good for nothing. Your ideas are senseless. You'll go nowhere with that pathetic attitude. Ouch, that really hurt. That was a classic toxic person at work. But before you skip this video, hey, I am not like that. But by the end of this video, you will be armed up with 5 ways to deal with such people. So let's get started. Welcome to the only channel where you get the free PDF summary and worksheet copy of each video we make. So if you are not subscribed, then click the link below so you're all set. Toxic people are all around us, pulling us down with their negativity, speaking words that are meant to hurt, being rude, and just generally making us miserable. They are almost like viruses affecting our mental spaces and affecting our ability to function at fullest. You will find them everywhere. Strangers, acquaintances, work colleagues, friends, and even sometimes family members can be really toxic. So the question is, how do you deal with these viruses that you can very well see and see the damage they cause to your mind and heart? Keep in mind that there is no quarantine facility to send them to. If you agree that all toxic people in this world should be sent to quarantine, press the like button. See, I remember when I first started working, my boss was one such very toxic person. My gosh, those were really tough days for me. No amount of work I did was ever enough for him. He did everything in his power to bring me down as hard as he could, saying phrases like, that presentation was not as effective as I expected. No, I don't think you are an asset to the team. Even the 10-year-old could have done the better presentation there. Boy, that last one hurt, and hurt pretty badly. But with time, I'm wiser today. Here are 5 ways that have helped me deal with such people. It takes time and patience, but there are ways to tackle these toxic people. Just like how we tackle this tricky coronavirus. In fact, when I think of it, aren't these toxic people just like viruses? So imagine each toxic person just like virus and then deal with them in following ways. Number 1, social distancing. There is no better advice than this. The coronavirus pandemic has made us social distancing expert. And that's what we should do with these toxic people too. As much as possible, stay away from these toxic people. Maintain as little contact as possible with these kind of people. By the way, I quit that job just the next month. But I know it's not possible to do it each time. And there will be times when such people are unavoidable. When you distance yourself from toxic people, you are less likely to hear their rants and complaints. Here's the next one. Use a mask. You know what mask does? It helps you keep your mouth shut at most times. Toxicity is viral. The more you indulge in it, faster it spreads. And you can break that chain only by keeping silent. The other day, I was standing in a line waiting to buy a coffee. The person behind me already looked somewhat edgy. Suddenly my cap fell down and I must have held up the line by few seconds. He was extremely rude by saying, "Move on, man, I don't have time." Now, that was completely unwarranted for, and I could have told him. But I just kept quiet, simply smiled and moved on with the line. He was embarrassed by my silence. It made him look like an idiot. The lady in front of me whispered, "What a rude man." And indeed, he was. But imagine, if I had retorted back, that simple error would have turned into major altercation. So one way is to let the toxic person vent out, but keep the mask on all the time. Third way to deal with toxic people is building immunity. Sometimes toxic people are a part of our everyday lives. Look at this guy. He kinda looks like me, right? Let's call him Uncle. Now, when I was a kid, he would come each day to our house and say, "You don't know how to manage the finances. You don't. Your children are not studying well. Your chair is uncomfortable for me to sit here. Oh my God, the heat at your house is killing me. This tea is so cold." Well, he could go on for ages and pester my parents with his complaints. But we kids were kind of immune to his toxicity. He called us thick-skinned too. Yes, that's another way to deal with toxic people, is to develop thick skin for their comments and have few lines ready to give back to them. When you build immunity, you respond instead of react and use phrases like, I understand. It must have been tough for you. That will instantly throw them off balance because they are not expecting it. So build immunity and hit the like button. Next idea, inject antibiotics. When the virus gets out of our hand, what do? We use antibiotics. And like the bitter medicine, we also need to be firm with the toxic person and tell the other person that his or her act have been hurtful. So use phrases like, let's do one thing. Let's have another time to discuss because your words are really hurting me. Unfortunately, you have entered into my personal space and I'll only respond when you are in a state to understand. The last idea to deal with toxic person is use Mind Sanitizer. Here is a free Mind Sanitizer I'm offering you. Use it immediately after you have been in touch with toxic person. Either read a good book, listen to soothing music, or watch a very positive video. These are my Mind Sanitizers and I use them each time I encounter a toxic person, whether on phone or in person. I come back home and either read a very good positive book or listen to soothing music. This brings back my sanity and I'm ready to go back again. The virus that haunts the world may not have the cure for now, but at least we have ways to deal with rude and toxic person. Stay healthy, stay safe, and let me just sum it up for you now. Stay away from toxic people, ignore them, become mentally strong, respond kindly but firmly, and clear off your mind with their toxicity. That's it for now, my friend. This is Nikhil from Success Wheels. Keep speaking, keep expressing. World is your stage. Now, you might know that I was a terrible speaker just few years back. But over the period of time, I honed this skill by taking it really seriously. Of course, made a lot of mistakes, but when I look back today, I'm glad I took public speaking seriously, which has helped me immensely in business, career, and personal life. After my hard learnings and experiences, I have created a course called Branded, which stands for Big Idea, Research, Accumulate, Nugget, Design, and Detach. It's tried and tested. And I'm not sure if it's for you and how serious you are about learning public speaking, but this could help you in selling your thoughts, ideas, or product to anyone in your business and professional life. If you are interested, link is shared in the section below. See you next time. Until then, keep speaking.